What is up, Pokemon fans? Professor Prometheus Pine here, and in this video, I want to walk through with you guys my least favorite Pokemon. So, the top 10 of my least favorite. Before we get this video started, I just want to say that this is my personal opinion, and in many cases, my dislike for these Pokemon are purely situational and or vain. So, please take that into consideration while we go through the video. Alright, let's get started. Taking 10th place on this list is the Vulture of Death, Mandibuzz. So, my dislike for this Pokemon is actually my frustration with not being able to use it effectively in competitive play. I honestly haven't tried it out as much as I probably should, but it's something that I've always seen used well and has never been something that I've wanted to use or fits my competitive battle style. Alright guys, and taking the 9th place position is Electros. For me, I really liked the idea of Electros. With fairies introduced, it made it so that Spiritomb and Sableye were no longer they no longer had no weaknesses against them. That makes Electros, with its ability to levitate, the only Pokemon that has no weaknesses. I like that. I think that's really cool. It's a great ability to have on an electric type, but it's disappointing. It doesn't dish out near the amount of damage that I would like it to do. It doesn't have enough bulk to really survive any sort of onslaught from attacks. It's a mediocre Pokemon that kind of, its gimmick is having no weaknesses, and that's really it. That's not enough to make a Pokemon good. So yeah, that's kind of my spiel in terms of disliking Electros. Next up on this list is going to be Pidove. This little bird takes the 8th place position on this list. Now, my dislike for Pidove, honestly, is purely vain. I think it is ugly. And really, it's a pigeon, so I guess it does its job. They're not known for being an attractive bird, but to me, it doesn't look good. And pheasant is alright. I like the idea, but it's not that stellar of a starter bird. Honestly, I think it's one of the worst. I even like Noctowl more, because owls are cool. Pigeons and pheasants are not as cool. I think they could have done a little more with the pigeons. There's a lot of cool show pigeons that look a lot better than the ugly mess that Pidove is. Taking the 7th place position on this list is another bird Pokemon. Swanna is honestly one of my least favorite Pokemon because, again, it doesn't look good. I get Ducklet. Ducklet is supposed to be this ugly duckling, and it does achieve that, so that's good, but Swanna is supposed to be this elegant, beautiful swan, and it's not. It keeps that ugliness that it had as a ducklet, and I know Pokemon is able to do the sleek, beautiful looks. We have Pokemon like Milotic, which has that elegance to it, and Swanna just doesn't. You know, you add some poor stats to it, and it's just an overall disappointing Pokemon. Claiming the 6th place position on this list is Alomomola. I don't get this. What is this supposed to be? The Chansey of the sea? It's just a pain to knock out if you don't have anything to counter it. It really doesn't do anything well other than just sits there and walls because of its huge health. It doesn't have great defenses, nor great offenses, or even that great of speed. It just sits there and does nothing useful. Starting out the top 5, or bottom 5 in this case, is the Ladybug Pokemon Ledian. I like the idea of a Pokemon, a bug type, being a ladybug, and I just want Ledian to be better. Ariados is not that great, but it has its sort of niche um, environment that it's good at. But Ledian, it just isn't good. Its best stat is special defense, and that's nothing to brag about. Its stats are awful, its moves are not strong, and I'm just so frustrated that Ledian isn't better. Gen 2 was the generation that I started in, and it has a lot of Pokemon that can do well. Ledian, unfortunately, is not one of them. Moving on to the fourth place position in this list is Watchog. I very much dislike this rodent. It's easily the worst of these starter rodents. It has no gimmicks, it has no way to be good. It just sits there and stares at you with them crazy eyes. Even I've looked in the trading card games, I've looked everywhere imaginable, and it's terrible. It doesn't do anything, ever. Receiving the bronze medal as the third place Pokemon that I hate the most is going to be Pyukumuku. Now, this Gen 7 Pokemon is just why? Why is it a Pokemon? I get we have some interesting, designs for Pokemon, interesting lore surrounding them. I even like some of the Gen 5 Pokemon. The garbage Pokemon is fine. The ice cream Pokemon, also fine. A little dumb, but also fine. It's supposed to be a sea cucumber. And it just sits there. It just vibes, I guess, but it just sits there, and that seems like an awful design for a Pokemon. Its attacks really aren't good. It's very situational, and other than its defense and special defense, it really has nothing going for it. Receiving the silver medal for the top Pokemon that I dislike the most actually is 4 Pokemon that came out in Generation 8. That is the fossils. And I would just like to follow that by asking why? How? Why? They're just. You can't do that. They don't. You can't just put things together and create something. I'm looking at you, Type Null. You were on this list until about 20 minutes ago when I decided that I hated some other Pokemon a little more than you. It's not how things work. Even in the Pokemon world, we need full fossils. I just don't understand it. That's not saying that the fossils aren't good. I mean, Dracovish is Dracovish, but it's. In terms of fossils and their designs, they are definitely the bottom of the list, and quite honestly, because of how atrocious they are, they're on the bottom of this list. But now, moving into the Pokemon I hate the most is the Gen 4 starter bird, Starly. I don't hate Starly for its looks. I don't hate Starly for its ability to evolve into Staraptor. That's not why I hate Starly. I hate Starly because of its cry. The noise it makes when you enter battle with it. Staravia also has a very annoying cry, but thankfully I don't run into those as often. It's just they are everywhere. They're worse than Zubat, because at least Zubat stays to a cave. Starly was just in every grass patch imaginable, and it has the longest, most obnoxious cry out of any Pokemon I have ever encountered, and you hear it over and over and over again. I am looking forward to some Gen 4 remakes, but let me tell you, the first 3 times I hear Starly, the Switch volume off. We're done with that. There will be no more Pokemon cries for the duration of Generation 8. It's just, I have so much PTSD over hearing the cries of Starly. Well, guys, that was my least favorite 10 Pokemon, or I guess really 13 Pokemon. I hope you liked the video. If you liked this video, make sure to click that thumbs up button. It really helps the channel, really helps me feel your guys' support. And click that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of my new content. Leave a comment in the comments section if you did enjoy this video and want to see more like it. I'll catch you all next time. Prometheus Pine.